I'm really excited to be here. I've seen this site very many times, passing on my way in and out of West Philadelphia, and I am so excited. You look at a site like this and you go, when are you ever going to be able to manage stormwater on a site like this? And you think, well, next time they redevelop. And you take a look and you look around and you realize that that may be a long time off. This is what's here. This is what we're dealing with. And we have this incredible group of folks, both on the public side and the private side, also representing us with EPA and on City Council, all working together to really change our environment. And I can't be more excited or appreciative of everyone here. Many of you know that today we announced $8.2 million worth of grants going for 11 projects, which is going to take 92 acres of stormwater off of our sewer system. And that brings our total up to about $25 million in the last couple of years, 50 projects, 300 acres. What does 300 acres mean? 300 acres means about 300 million gallons a year less water going into our sewer system. 300 million gallons. I mean, it's incredible. Philadelphia is leading this effort. Thank goodness for the private sector, both those who are landowners and industries, and thank goodness for the entrepreneurs who help figure out how to take this and do this in a way that is profitable to the ventures and is also profitable to the environment in the city of Philadelphia. So thank you all for being here and following through with this. We have a number of speakers today. I do apologize that Councilman Curtis Jones could not make it today, and the mayor wanted to come, but he is speaking to the. He's with the president today, Catherine. He's in D.C. He's in D.C. Okay. So, but I would like to invite up. We're very fortunate to have Catherine Gajewski, who's our director of the Mayor's Office of Sustainability, and she'll speak a few words for the mayor. Catherine.
Thank you, Howard. Yes, and I'm here both on my own accord and also representing the mayor, who last minute had a scheduling conflict, but he loves this stuff, sometimes to a bizarre degree, so he's sorry he can't be here today. But as many of you know, about 3.5 years ago, the city signed a historic agreement with the U.S. EPA, recognizing the city's transformative approach to stormwater management through our Green City Clean Waters program. Green City Clean Waters is a $2 billion, 25-year-long plan to protect and enhance regional watersheds by managing stormwater with innovative green infrastructure techniques like rain gardens, green roofs, and rain barrels. And this kind of project is where we start seeing the plan transform into action. The Philadelphia Water Department has developed a plan to provide a clear pathway to a sustainable future for our city while strengthening our department's infrastructure and complying with all of the environmental laws and regulations that we know we must comply on and take to the next level. To date, the Water Department has approved and awarded 51 Green City Clean Waters projects to private companies, totaling $24.4 million in working grants and almost 300 greened acres and counting, with many, many more projects in years to go. So I think this demonstrates that we're not just talking the talk, but we're walking our walk. We're implementing the plan, we're moving forward, we're making progress, and every project is a learning experience that helps us kind of guide our next phase of work. So there's, I think, many reasons for all of us to like the Green City Clean Waters program. It's innovative, it's strategic, it's effective, and it's leveraging city dollars and federal dollars with private dollars. But I think something that we all like the most about it is it's heavily reliant on partnerships. And the partnerships with communities and with companies are being implemented to bring projects to life that benefit not only the communities and the businesses, but the city at large. I think today this is just a perfect example of how this is all coming together beyond, I think, what our wildest dreams were when this program was being put into place. Dependable Distribution Services, which is a Philadelphia-based company, is going to reduce its stormwater bill by nearly $136,000 a year, effectively self-managing their stormwater here on this site. This is going to benefit Philadelphia water customers by reducing the need for additional costly sewer infrastructure, to manage the demand on the system. It's also going to benefit our regional environment by reducing sewage overflows into our rivers and streams. This is just, I think, a perfect win-win for the city and for this great company. We just, on behalf of the mayor, want to thank everyone who was involved in this project. We know it's no small effort to make these things come together. We appreciate your efforts, we appreciate your partnership, and we are so thrilled at the progress that we're making through our Green City Clean Waters program. So with that, again, I just want to, on behalf of the mayor, on behalf of the Mayor's Office of Sustainability, salute everyone involved with this project. And again, we have this goal to become the greenest city in the United States, and it's every little project that adds up to take us further towards that goal. So thank you for seeing the vision, for being a part of the vision, and for helping us to get there. Howard.
Thank you, Catherine. We're very fortunate here in Philadelphia to have the regional headquarters of EPA. This is the headquarters that represents Pennsylvania and Virginia and Washington, D.C., and Delaware and West Virginia. All is represented, all is managed by one man. He's sitting right here, Sean Garvin. He's been an excellent partner for the Philadelphia Water Department as we move forward and do these Green Cities, Clean Waters programs. In all honesty, we wouldn't be here doing this now if it wasn't for the support and strength from Sean and others at EPA. So, Sean, will you come up and say a few words?
Thank you, Howard. First, for the record, I do not manage it all by myself. We have, between 750 and 800 employees in the region who focus on making sure we protect our human health and the environment every day. I want to thank Howard for the introduction and his leadership in the Philadelphia Water Department. I want to thank Catherine and the Office of Sustainability for the amazing work that they do. And I particularly want to recognize the mayor. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here, but Mayor Nutter has been not just a leader here in Philadelphia when we talk about sustainability and infrastructure, but really a national leader. And Howard knows, Catherine knows that I'm all about competition. So whatever city I go to, I spend a lot of time saying, you know what they're doing in Philadelphia, or you know what they're doing in Baltimore or D.C., trying to strike up as much competition. Because when we look to focus on making our cities as green as possible, everybody wins. And I have not met a mayor yet who doesn't want to be the greenest mayor in the country. And I have to tell you, I believe, and don't tell the other mayors, but Mayor Nutter has done amazing work to really position Philadelphia as one of those national leaders. Today we're looking at another milestone. Catherine spoke of the Green Cities Clean Water Agreement that EPA and the City of Philadelphia has. And really that focused on the idea that it's so much easier if you keep pollution, water from coming in contact with pollution, than trying to address it after the two have mixed. And so the concept and idea here was, let's see how much green infrastructure we can do in the City of Philadelphia to keep those two things from connecting with each other, but also to really focus on the quality of life in the city. I mean, when you do something like this behind us, you're really working on quality of life issues. You're not putting a big concrete pipe in the ground to try to collect water. You're really adding to the community. You're really adding to the ability to control flooding, the ability to create jobs, the ability to manage pollution. And so what is being done here, what W&W Realty is doing, ISS, and I do want to mention, which nobody's mentioned yet, the amazing product that they have here on this. When the mayor said, hey, it's with cocoa beans, I said, count me in. It's just an excellent opportunity, and EPA is really kind of putting our money where our mouth is. Last year, about this time, it was a little later because we had a massive snowstorm coming in, and I almost wasn't able to get the deputy administrator out of town. We announced $5 million in grants that are going to 5 academic institutions focused on University of Pennsylvania, Temple University, Swarthmore College, Villanova University, and the University of New Hampshire to work with the Philadelphia Water Department to really figure out the various aspects of green infrastructure and sustainability and how they benefit the city of Philadelphia and really the people of the city of Philadelphia. Just recently, we also named the Delaware River Basin as an urban water, which the city of Philadelphia and Chester, the city of Wilmington are all involved in, really bringing together a bunch of federal agencies to see how we can focus on our urban watershed to make sure that we're doing everything possible to the benefit of those communities. And so we can continue to work. We work with the Green Design Challenge here, bringing together a lot of fine designers to figure out what are the best ways to do these kind of things. And then recently we were able to provide some funding, and I think this is another great innovative thing that the city of Philadelphia is doing. Actually, the water department has taken one of their parking lots, and they have 6 different types of pervious pavements in their parking lot to figure out what is most resilient, what works the best, what makes the most sense, and when we're looking at doing these green infrastructures to proliferate throughout the city of Philadelphia. So, we're really focused on, the benefits of sustainability, the benefits of green infrastructure, how this benefits quality of life, flooding, climate change. And President Obama and Administrator Gina McCarthy really has us focused on making a visible difference in our communities, focusing on climate change, focusing on protecting our water, and these type of activities and what we're here to celebrate today, which is another piece of the Green Cities Clean Water agreement and initiative we have in the city of Philadelphia. Is just another great example. So I congratulate all of you. I thank all of you. Every time we do one of these things, that's more information that we can pass along to others who say, I don't know how to do it. How can we possibly do these kind of things? We can point to these type of projects and say, you can do it, and you can do it in a way that benefits the economy, benefits the environment, and benefits the community. So thank you all, and congratulations.
Walking down my executive hallway back at Philadelphia Water, I kept hearing this name, Peter Burns. Peter Burns. Have you met Peter Burns? And it took a lot of vision and a lot of work and a lot of strategizing to get to the point where we are. But really, we can't really do it without having really good partners on the private side who also see this and understand how it can work and how it can make sense, again, not only to the Philadelphia Water Department and government, but also on the private side. And Peter, you did it. Come up here and say a few words.
I can't believe he's letting me speak publicly, but first of all, I'd like to say thank you to everybody who came, and I think a couple of numbers that are really important for us going on are the number of people that we're dealing with, the businesses, the property owners such as W&W Realty, Dependable Distribution. We are in the process right now, ISS, of completing another project, obviously this one, but we're in the works. We have roughly 111 sites that equate to about 1,600 acres. Now, when you break that down, it's about 450 private businesses that employ about 28,000 people in the city of Philadelphia. So to be able to do something for Harvey to reduce his stormwater bill, it's a big deal for us. So we're proud of that. The team behind me, these are the guys that put the basins in the ground. These guys work every day through the winter. These guys, Michael Coyle is our head engineer. He's the one who designs these things. And obviously, PWD, PIDC, these are our partners in this, the EPA. We're happy to do what we do. We love it. We love what we do. We just need more money. So if anybody brought their checkbook, keep giving us the money, and we'll continue to put these in the ground. So thanks again. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned that I need more money too. Good idea. Our next speaker is the president of Dependable Distribution Services, and his name is Harvey Weiner. And we wouldn't be here if he hadn't worked along with us. And from what I heard this morning, we got really excited about what's accomplished here. So Harvey.
Good afternoon. I want to welcome, I'd say our honored guest, but you're all honored guests. And I think the honor goes to what was just mentioned, the guys that were down in the trenches and digging this thing, all the gentlemen from ISS in the back. Thanks for coming through, guys. Dependable Distribution Services operates about 2 million square feet in the Philadelphia region storing cocoa beans. This building behind you, 800,000 square feet, is part of that 2 million square foot. And we were originally helped with our mortgage through PIDC, which I heard mentioned earlier. We also are the proud operators of the Keystone Cocoa Center, Philadelphia's dedicated cocoa facility, the Keystone Cocoa Center in South Philadelphia, which is 500,000 square feet, for where we stevedore and we warehouse cocoa beans, and then we also transfer beans to this near port facility. In fact, when I told Mayor Nutter one time when he was councilman, I said this was a near port facility. He said, can I tell my constituents they live near port? He said, Mayor can tell them anything he wants. I'm going to say no. I went back to school when I turned 60. I took a course with Stan from the former director at the EPA, and there was a big phrase that was talked about was whitewashing. And then it was greenwashing companies. And what in corporate reports are greenwashed? To make things look good for their stock certificates. Well, Dependable Distribution does think green. As you see here, and the bags, please take them. We think green. We have at our warehouse in the pier lights that go on when the forklifts enter the areas of the warehouse, not to waste electricity. We recycle the bags, the empty burlap bags, not just for grocery things. Believe me, it would take we got a lot more bags than that. We recycle the corrugated that comes in on the ships and on the containers. We're currently working on a project to put solar panels on the roof of one of our buildings. So we are active in making this city green. This project, as was mentioned earlier, is a fantastic effort of public-private working together to make it happen. To save 800,000 gallons of water from going into this sewer system is a marvelous thing. And I think what is even more marvelous is the way that the ISS team, Peter and Ken and his whole crew, my general manager, Bill Golden, worked to make this a very transparent project. We still were able to bring in the largest number of cocoa beans into the country. We have over 85% of the cocoa beans stored in the Philadelphia region, in Philadelphia now, in the United States. It's stored here in Philadelphia. When we started this project, it was 20%. So you can see the tremendous job impact that by working the project and working projects like this brings to the overall economy. So again, welcome and thank you to the water company. Thank you.
Our next speaker represents the engineering firm, H2O Infrastructure, Michael Coyle.
I'm Mike Coyle. I'm the design engineer for this project, and hopefully many more to come. It's a proud moment for me to be a part of this, just not this one project, but the whole Green City Clean Waters Act projects. And I just wanted to explain a little bit about the system, and just to have sort of people can get a better understanding of what this whole project actually does as far as storing and infiltrating stormwater. This is the overall site here. We're standing right about here, right in front of our viral infiltration basin behind us. This is the largest facility on the site. There's 3 total. There's above ground basin here, and 2 underground basins under the asphalt paving in that far corner on the other side of the site. So what happens is this site captures 100% of all stormwater that hits the impervious surfaces, meaning the roofs, all the building roofs, the paving, collects that runoff. It captures 1-inch storm for the 2 underground basins, and it captures 1.5 inches of rainfall for this above ground basin. And basically we install piping underground throughout the site that captures the roof drainage inside the building. We actually had to build 2 underground diversion structures inside the building to capture the runoff before it got to the Mill Creek sewer, which actually runs underneath this building. And it gets diverted all the way down to this basin. That's for this entire roof, and all this area here goes to this basin behind me. The rest of the site, the front part of the site, and the ramp that you drove in on, all goes to this second basin right here. And then the rest of the site over here on the west side goes to that basin. So all the inlets or the catch basins that capture the water on site all get pre-treated before they come to any one of the basins with a pre-treatment filter, which looks like a big foam pillow that goes right underneath the grates. If you look at some of the grates, if you're walking around, you'll see this white foam that captures all the impurities and filters out sediments and before it actually gets into the basins. That will help the basins last longer. It will keep sediment out of the system to keep them clean and keep them infiltrating into the ground. And they all store water up, until a certain elevation and as they infiltrate, come back to being dry again. I'll be doing a tour afterwards for anybody who wants to stay around and walk the site and get a little bit more detail on how everything works. But that's kind of just a good overview. Thanks.
The Commerce Department, along with PIDC, has helped the Water Department really figure out how to do all this and work with our customers and be a real business first model of a utility. Mike.
Thank you. I'm a batting ninth, so I'll make this short and sweet. As I represent the Office of Manufacturing and Industry within the Commerce Department, first I do want to acknowledge our Deputy Mayor, Alan Greenberger, for Economic Development. Alan couldn't be here today. He had a couple of obligations, but we did talk about this project this morning, and he sends his congratulations along to you, Harvey, and everybody else on the team for just a phenomenal piece of infrastructure. Industry is still a very important part of Philadelphia's economy. It represents 1 out of every 6 jobs. And so the contribution that industry puts forward on a daily basis through direct and indirect economic growth is vitally important to our future. Partnerships like these are solidifying the idea that industry can work in concert with environmental concerns. It can work in concert with civic concerns. And I think there's no greater example than what we're seeing here today. A massive property. I mean, anybody who grew up around what was the former Acme warehouse drives by this on a daily basis. You just see the scale of this property. It's just massive. And Harvey manages properties all throughout the city. This is just an incredibly big issue. And so when the Water Department changed its regs a couple years ago, industrial businesses were one of the ones that got hit the hardest. And instead of sitting back and kind of letting the problem persist, PWD was proactive. They developed the SMIP program along with PIDC in the city of Philadelphia. They solved the problem. They helped industry figure out how to be both cost competitive in the city, but at the same time responsibly dispose of stormwater. And so I can't say enough good things about, first, congratulations to Harvey and everybody at Dependable on an excellent project. Peter and everybody else at ISS, and Ken and Kes and Michael, everybody. And especially the Water Department, Howard, Joanne, Aaron, everybody who's worked so hard to make this happen. Like I said, we could have sit back and let the problem persist and let industrial companies, have expensive water bills, or we could find a way to solve that. And I want to applaud everybody for being proactive. And I couldn't say enough great things about this project. So thank you, and I'm an honor to be here. 1, 2, 3.